The following podcast is being brought to you by the Defy Life Podcast Network.
Maybe we can still heal you. Why? So you can just lock me up? No. Just bury me in the ocean with my ancestors that jumped from the ships. Because they knew death was better than bondage.
Oh, you think darkness is your ally? You merely adopted the dark. I was born in it, molded by it. I didn't see the light until I was already a man. By then it was nothing to me but blinding. The shadows betray you because they belong to me.
In the hell do you think you are?
Okay, it's not working out. I'm gonna need the suit back.
For how long?
Forever. Yeah, that's
No, please.
Let's have it.
You don't understand. This is all I have. I'm nothing without this suit.
If you're nothing without this suit, then you shouldn't have it. Okay?
So Oz, this week we are going to not only be joined by a couple of very special guests, we are going to change it up and talk a little video games this week. We are going to create, at least try to, we're going to create an X-Men video game. How do you think that's going to go?
I'm excited. I personally spent a couple days dwelling into the mutant world, and I'm excited about it. And I know that we are going to have I think we're going to have a good time with this one.
Yeah, I agree. This should be a lot of fun. And without further ado, we are joined by Hawk and Ghost of the Fandom Fusion podcast. So a couple guys who have a little bit of knowledge when it comes to the video game elements, so we had to bring in some help. Guys, welcome to the podcast. What do you think about this video game we're going to create?
I'm pretty excited. I can't wait to drop some mutant bombs on this.
Yes.
And like my co-host just said, I am extremely excited. I love my X-Men, and I love my video games. Guys, thanks for having us on. It's an honor.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, thank you all for being on. That was Ghost who spoke first, and then that was Hawk who spoke second, just so you can distinguish the voices. That was Uncle Oz who spoke and was actually very mellow and didn't have a lot to say. It's not a good start to the show, Oz.
Well, I will just add a little bit. Hey, just seeing Ghost and Hawk, it's an honor and pleasure to have you guys on our show, by the way.
Thanks for having us.
So let's kind of talk about how this topic came about. Hawk, you and myself were kind of talking off air a while after we had finished our show, your show. I apologize, and you had us on, and we talked about some topics, and then we came up with the idea of doing a video game. What kind of made you come up with the idea of creating a video game?
Well, me and Ghost have been playing the Avengers game. And I was sitting here playing, and I thought, if they can do the Avengers, how much better would the X-Men be? They have a mutant for each type of class you could play within melee or range or control. It's perfect.
I definitely would say that I think an X-Men game would be something I would have been a little bit more excited. I was pretty stoked for the Avengers, but I'm a huge X-Men fan, and I think if they were to be like, hey, we're making an X-Men game similar to the Avengers, I probably would be the first person in line to pre-order and pick it up and play it.
Okay. So, as you all probably know, we have a ranking scale we have here on the show that we like to use. The tippy top is the Iris West. That is the pinnacle. After that, we have the MGK. And then after that, we have our Jar Jar Binks. And at the bottom of the bottom is the Guardian. And you can modify these scores by adding Infinity Gauntlets, the newly added to the wardrobe, the rainbow hair. That can detract a little bit. So we have different things you can add. Guardian's motorcycle is available. And any items you would like to personally add is also always open. So on our ranking scale, Hawk, let's start with you. What do you want to rank the Avengers game so far?
I'm gonna say it's an MGK with an Infinity Gauntlet. Probably around a B right now. Short story. I think the big problem is the bugs. All the bugs are the biggest problem with that game.
Okay, Ghost.
I'm gonna have to go with Hawk on this. They released a patch that fixed over 1,000 bugs. Sorry, guys. That should say something.
You're getting choked up about it. I understand it's emotional.
I am. It's very emotional, man. Like it pulls at my heartstrings. I'm a big old softie.
Okay, so you're with an MGK as well.
Yeah, I'm more excited to see where they go with the character packs. I think if they add certain characters, supposedly it's supposed to lengthen the short campaign a little bit more, and that's what I'm looking forward to. A short campaign can kill a game, but the online with the Avengers makes up for the fact that the campaign is so short. And it's pretty badass to smash stuff as Thor with Hawk fighting beside me.
So can you talk a little more about the bugs? What's the most annoying thing about the bugs? That it just interferes with the gameplay, or
the one I actually noticed personally is I have it's like a World War II type skin for Captain America. I'm like, that is awesome. That's the skin I'm going to have on him a lot. So I equip it to my character, and when it's like a load screen, you're all the Avengers in the Quinjet, and it rotates by Captain America's face, and his eyes literally look like Sloth from the Goonies. That's the best way I can describe it. Like it's Sloth Captain America. I'm waiting for him to open his mouth and say, "Hey, you guys!" But it never happened.
Well, and to comment with that, mine is more like playing with friends, and you're about to load into a mission, and it kicks people out. And it's been connection problems.
It's done that a few times to us, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, classic online issues, dude. Okay.
So, well, obviously, besides the bug issues, it seems like the story, the characters, and kind of the controls and the graphics, everything else seems to be pretty good as far as everything else I can tell besides the bugs, which obviously is a big part. But what they were going for at least seems like it was in the right direction. Is that a thing we can agree on?
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. The controls are great. It plays well. The story is really fun. You mainly focus as Kamala Khan, who is a comic superhero fan. And if I was to put myself in her shoes, I would pretty much make the same choices as she makes. And as a comic fan, you can really relate to that character.
Hawk, I could honestly see you with stretchy limbs, man.
Hey, I would have so much fun. I would be like a 30-year-old Stretch Armstrong that wasn't destroyed.
So
dude, you could
go ahead.
You could stretch out the crane on your belly, man, and make it contort and stuff. I could see you doing that.
Yeah, you're right. I would play with the Krang tattoo.
I'm very curious. So, is Kamala Khan, is she like a Reed Richards in her abilities, or what is her power?
I mean, pretty much, I guess, like polymorph, as in she can more or less do stuff that Reed Richards can do, but it doesn't seem like she has the control that he has.
She can get.
Go ahead.
She could get really big. Like, that's her ultimate power, and she gets really tall and, like, does more damage. She did remind me, and I think I honestly commented on it like when I started playing it. I'm like, this chick's like Reed Richards.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it was with the Fantastic Four being bought out by another company. Marvel really focused on pushing the Inhumans, so they made an Inhuman for almost every other character they were trying to make people forget about, and like comparable for Inferno to the Human Torch,
Right.
her to Mr. Fantastic. You kind of have one for everybody, but the Inhumans weren't really handled as well, and that's why it flopped.
Interesting. Yeah, I've always seen her abilities. I'm like, okay, she can like enlarge herself, but she can enlarge parts of herself. But I think that's a good analogy to say that like she is like Reed Richards, but without the control.
And let's face it, she's going to. This is obviously a big way to kind of set her up and get her ready for a big on-screen debut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get audiences acquainted with her and get them used to her. So, okay. Well, we're going to be creating our own game. So before we get too deep into things, allow me to set the table. This is Take a Knee for Marvel vs. DC. I am your host, Regular Scott. I am here with my co-host, the comic connoisseur, the mighty Ozzy Killmonger. Oz, what's going on?
What is up, good people?
And we are joined by the great duo of the Fandom Fusion podcast, Hawk and Ghost. Gentlemen, welcome to the show. Plug any and everything you have. Away you go.
All right. I am Hawk the Horrible. Guys, thank you for having me. I am part of the Villains Demand. Me and my co-host Ghost, we run the Fandom Fusion podcast. You can follow me at Hawk the Horrible on Twitter. And we pretty much just like to have fun, comics, video games, movies. We like to have a good time. And my co-host, Ghost.
I am, like Hawk said, I am the co-host of Fandom Fusion. I am the crazy in the podcast. I'm usually the one that has something weird and out of, off the wall to say. You can find me
Can't
on...
relate to that at all.
Oh, yeah, you can. You can relate to it. I know you can. You can relate to it. If anybody has heard the podcast with you guys on it, they know the crazy already.
That's fair. Shots fired, but that's fair.
Yep.
It's so true.
It's fair. So tell everyone a little bit about what the last episode you guys did was about.
Well, was that our Ghostbusters episode, Hawk?
Well, yeah, it was, but my computer ate it, and I don't have it anymore.
Oh, that was a great episode, man. That is disappointing.
It was, and I'm extremely upset with it, and Evan's going to be mad at me, because I know that's like the second episode Evan's done, and something happened with a recording.
I think it's just Evan. I think he's cursed.
You know what? I'm starting to think it's just Evan too. No, I think it's Evan too, because that was the episode I didn't have. No. Because that happened with me and Evan as well. Like, shout out to Evan the Great, but yeah, I know how that feels.
That's disappointing, man. I like that episode. We had some gold.
Yeah, we did have some gold. I remember most of it. I took notes during it. But as of our last episode, we did with JD. We talked about Supernatural in comics and in movies and TV as well.
That was a very interesting episode.
Huh, you talking about JD? JD is also the co-host with me on the Showdown Pro Wrestling podcast. Cheap plug.
Cheap plug.
Shout out to JD.
Hey, you got to get it out there somehow, man. I mean, I'm not hating on self-promotion.
Listen. You threw the softball out there. I had to wind up and take a swing at it.
Dude, hey, Regular Scott, you got to take your shot. Dude.
I am not throwing away my shot, man. No question.
Thank you.
Ghost, I don't think you plugged your Twitter.
He did.
I did not. You can find me actually on Twitter at Mr. Grumpy Ghost 1. Did I get that right, Hawk? Because I never get my Twitter.
Yes, you did. I'm proud of you. I really didn't.
Nice.
I didn't think you'd remember it.
Dude, I had to. I'm not gonna lie. I had to think about it. That's why I paused. I was like, oh, what is this Twitter? Okay, but I got it right. And you can find me on Instagram at the_OG_grumpy ghost. I post a bunch of crap on there. That is, besides Twitter, where I'm active the most. You get to see me. You get to see all the crazy stuff I get up to when Hawk's not around.
Double promotion right there. Oz, you got an Instagram?
Yes, you can find me at Ozzy Real, and I'm looking to try and break 28.
You know, Oz, speaking of Twitter and Twitter followers.
And I'll say one quick thing.
Okay, sure.
As of like maybe 2 days ago, I have more followers than regular Scott and Take a Knee. That's just because I roll.
Actually, let's clarify. Speaking of Twitter, there was about an 8-hour period where Oz had more followers than me because the Take a Knee account was put in jail. Twitter jail.
I don't even know Twitter jail existed. Like, I swear my other Twitter account, dude, there's boobs and vagina on there. But did you seriously post something worse than boobs and vagina to get put in jail?
Listen,
that's horrible.
I'm a pretty composed guy. I don't really get that upset. I do express my opinion, but it's, I don't really say anything outlandish. Nothing crazy. And shots fired at Take a Knee from Twitter.
It may be
Damn you,
Twitter jail. It's more like Twitter probation.
No, I would say it was Twitter jail. They're like, you know what? We're tired of your nerdness. Bam! Twitter jail.
Let me tell you something. It took years to get those followers, and to see those go back to zero and have to start over and see that I only had 10 followers and that Ozzy Real had 22. Do you know what that feels like?
That is like a kick to the groin, man.
Right?
That's Twitter being like, nope, bam, ball.
It was like a joke from Twitter and Oz played on me.
I get it, but can I help you out? Yes, I do know how that feels. So I don't understand, but yes, I live it. Okay,
yeah, that's fair.
But you still need to get some more followers. I think me and you. How many followers do you have on Twitter now?
Dude, so as of right now, I just hit up Mr. Grumpy Ghost. So you have 40.
23.
You had 43, but now you have 44 followers.
Shout out to Grumpy Ghost.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
And you know what? I would like to point one thing out, though. Last night, I followed Ozzy Real, one of the first people I followed when I started back at zero. And I noticed that Ozzy Real started liking all these tweets, but I never got a follow back from Ozzy Real.
Oh, man.
What is going on, man? I can't even get a follow from my co-host after a devastating attack from Twitter.
Hey, I'm selective.
That is mean, man.
I'm selective.
And he's your nephew. How are you going to do that to your nephew,
Double
man?
shots fired family.
I'm selective.
Yeah, dude.
I'm selective. I'm just,
You're lucky. If I didn't need you as a follower, I would so unfollow you right now.
Yeah, I know.
Well, to quote somebody, tough love is still love.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Touche. Well,
and pressure makes diamonds. So
leave it to you, Hawk, to say that. That is something you would say.
Hey, I'm just reminding Scott of all his quotes he's made.
Besides, I'm the man, which he loves to say to me. All like I call this guy just to say, "Hey, man, how you doing?" And his first words out of his mouth are, "I'm the man."
That's
I'm like,
not
what?
true. Oh, I don't say that. Come on, dude.
That's actually nicer than what Hawk gets when he calls me.
You're not wrong.
Well, I'm actually curious. How does the conversation with you and Hawk start?
Hawk, what do I say when you call me?
Uh-oh.
What the fuck do you want?
Yes.
Here we go.
That is exactly what he hears every time he calls. What the fuck do you want? Or why the fuck are you calling me?
Oh, well, hey, me and regular Scott have our own little thing too.
Yeah.
Hey, well, it's good. It's good. It's still a sign of love.
And he still talks to me after I'm like, what the fuck do you want?
Well, that's all that matters.
There's no immediate hang up or anything. It's just like, yeah, okay. And you're like, I'll tell you what the fuck I want.
Yeah. Most of the time he's waking me up at some ungodly hour, that's why he gets what the fuck do you want or why the fuck are you calling me?
2 p.m. is not an ungodly hour.
Thank you. I was like, if it was 2 a.m., I'm like, yeah, that's a point. But at 2 p.m., okay.
Well, I mean, I'm usually napping or getting up from a nap. The first thing I want to do when I wake up is not talk on the phone.
Yeah, if someone calls you at 2 p.m. in the morning, 2 p.m., and you say, what the fuck do you want? And your other words are like, the sun burns, you're like, okay, I get it. All right, it's okay.
The sun burns?
I've never once said the sun burns, but I have looked up at the sun and hissed. I was like, and I've done it when people are around, and I'm pretty sure that most people think that I escaped a mental institution most days.
This is going to be great. This is going to be a fantastic episode, ladies and gentlemen.
No,
I'm really excited about it. No, this is going to be great. What do you mean? This is going to be a fantastic episode.
I agree with Scott on this.
Yeah, this is going to be fantastic. What do you mean? Why are you being a Debbie Downer before the show even gets started? We just set the table. We just starting to get the appetizer going. We just passing the bread around. Like, we got the cheddar biscuits from Red Lobster. You already know what it is. What's going on, man?
He's just shitting on everybody's plate.
So I'm gonna tell you 2 points.
Here we go.
Real quick.
Okay.
1 point. Okay, here we go. 2 quick points. I'm just excited to discuss the X-Men video games because I got a banger. I'm gonna say it again. And then point number 2 is, why are you gonna give us all this fucking bread when I want to have the main course, dude? Don't fill my belly up with the bread and the cheddar biscuits. They are delicious.
Nobody's making you eat the bread because you don't have to eat the bread.
Exactly.
You're not going to throw the cheddar biscuits in my face and me not eat them.
Okay, well then stop complaining.
Jeez.
Stop being a Karen, man. No, you cannot speak to the manager.
Hey, you know what? Let me ask because I've asked a few people, and I think we've talked about it on the show. Hawk and Ghost. Let me ask you two. What do you call the male version? Is it a Ken?
I call it a Kevin.
Kevin.
Ken just sounds stupid, dude. I'm like, no, it's not Ken, it's Kevin. Kevin and Karen sounds better than Ken and Karen.
Because I've even heard Chad being thrown around.
Chad.
Yeah, but see, I've never met a Chad that was like, I want to speak to your manager. Most Chads are like, I want to blow something up, or let's drink some beer and go to the strip club, guys. I've never heard of a Chad.
Most Chads are like, hey, let's go to the strip club because I am the manager.
That is very true. You see a lot of Chads being a manager at strip clubs.
Yes.
I think it's a prerequisite. Like, you name your kid Chad, and you're going to be like, my little Chad's going to grow up and be a manager of a strip club.
And I don't want to even start this. And much shout out to all Chads who are like dope and cool. But there are a lot of Chads who have convertibles too. Like they're like, hey, I got a strip club. I got the polo shirt and the sunglasses at 9 o'clock at night. Yes.
They're drinking White Claw and smoking Swishers like not even cool.
And the next morning they have the terrible hangover, but it's a sugar hangover from the White Claw, actually, not from alcohol.
They're like, where's my iced frappuccino at?
Shots fired.
If there is any Chads listening to this, please do not get offended. We're not talking about you.
Shout out to Chad Michael Murray. Shout out to Chad Michael Murray.
There you go.
Well, hold on. If they are getting offended, then maybe
then it must be true.
That's true. If they get offended about being called a Chad, why are they listening to this podcast in the first place?
That's fair too. That's fair as well. That's fair.
Yeah.
See? Unless your real name is Chad and you just and you just happen to be Chad.
And they're like, it's not a strip club, it's a burlesque club. Get it straight.
Or a Starbucks.
Shout out to Starbucks. They getting it in.
Starbucks. Yes. Starbucks is pretty. I mean, I will admit I have drank Starbucks a few times, but that is seriously. I think that's on the list of things I will not do willingly. Usually, somebody's like, "Hey, you want to go to Starbucks?" I'm like, "Cool. If I'm not paying for it, I'm straight."
Or is it like, you got a pumpkin spice latte? I'm with it.
Nuh-uh. No pumpkin spice.
Nope.
No
That's
pumpkin
me.
Spice.
That is all Hawk.
No pumpkin.
Yes,
If you have seen on my Facebook, Scott, I know I'm friends with you. I have put on there "fuck pumpkin spice" because Pumpkin spice is bullshit, and Hawk gets to hear this every year about this time because I'm like, fuck pumpkin spice, man.
Yet I bought you one, and you still drank it when we went to the coffee shop.
I wasn't going to turn down free shit, man.
You and your like extra 3 shots of espresso.
Hey, dude, I had to do something to keep me up in the morning, man. But although I would end up going home and taking a nap anyway, so apparently it really didn't help that much.
The words were, "This is bullshit, but this is delicious."
Yeah,
pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was exactly what I said. I hate you, but this is so good.
That's usually what you say when I buy you something. It's like, I hate you.
Yeah, I do tell you I hate you a lot, but I don't mean it in, the literal term as you're human trash. I say I hate you because I don't know, man. It's my way of saying thanks for being not such an asshole all the time.
It's like a Cyclops Wolverine hate.
Yeah, kind of.
Yes.
There you go.
Or like a Freddy and Jason hate.
There you go. I like that.
I don't know. I think they really hate each other.
Like a King Kong and Godzilla hate.
I think Freddy and Jason really hate each other.
Yeah, I
don't know.
I don't know if there's a mutual respect there.
I think it's a mutual respect. I think Freddy truly respects Jason for what he does. And I think Jason's like, ugh. I think that means I respect Freddy too.
I don't think Freddy really respects him. He just sees him as the monster he is and just manipulates him and points him in that direction.
I don't know. I think they both have a mutual respect for killing people. But then they're both like, whatever,
Yeah.
They respect the art of their killing.
Although I honestly don't think that if I killed people, I don't think Hawk would respect me. He'd probably be like, you need to rethink your life.
Well, that's
no
good.
comment.
Okay. Let's go to the news after that. Huh? What do you think about the news?
Sounds great.
All right. I got a few news tidbits, just a couple little things to talk about. There's a couple things that happen in the world that I think we should kind of discuss. Let's start with some Marvel news, or actually let's start with DC news. The Peacemaker, who will be played by John Cena, is getting a spin-off TV series on HBO Max with John Cena starring and James Gunn being attached as well. It will be produced by Peter Safran. Ghost and Hawk, we'll start with you two, whoever wants to jump in. What are your thoughts on the Peacemaker TV series, and are you excited about John Cena?
I got something to say on this. How are we going to be able to watch a Peacemaker TV show if we can't see him?
Bam!
Hey,
bam!
Oz doesn't get it, but I love it. I'm all for it. That's fantastic.
Yeah, wait, excuse me. Hold on. With the whole hand in the face.
Yeah.
Okay. Get away.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
You can't see me. My bad. I couldn't see you. My fault.
I'm clapping for that one, man.
Yeah, bravo, Oz. Touche.
I'm here. I'm present. Okay. I'm present and accounted for.
Thoughts on the
Peacemaker. On it today.
He is on it. I have to admit, I am impressed with that one.
Thank you, sir. Cheers.
No cheers. No. Not that impressed. Thoughts on the Peacemaker, gentlemen?
It looks. I mean, I watched the trailer for the Suicide Squad and it showed him, and I'm pretty excited to see where they go. I've actually got a subscription to HBO Max, so that means I will definitely be watching when it comes on. I think it's going to be something pretty epic, and James Gunn is a really good director, anyways. I mean, he gave us the Guardians movies, and I'm not going to say the the word that I always say, and Hawk corrects me. He ain't getting that pleasure today.
What's that?
Nope, I ain't saying it. Nope, not going to happen.
Oh, you mean volume?
I'm not saying anything.
You mean, is it volume 2?
Nope. I'm not saying anything. I told you I'm not saying nothing, man. Nope. We're not going down that rabbit hole, man.
Huh.
Oh, is it because you're from Illinois?
I will hurt you.
Oh boy. Hawk, what are your thoughts on the Peacemaker?
I think they're scraping the bottom of the barrel. Like, there's better choices in the Peacemaker. Don't get me wrong. I like John Cena. He's a great actor, but like, I've been reading DC Comics for years, and he's still kind of an unknown.
Okay, strong words right there. Oz, where are you at on this?
I'll tell you where I'm at. I'm excited because it means the Peacemaker doesn't die in Suicide Squad.
about that. I don't know if that's a guarantee.
Oh, right.
It could be a prequel. It could be a prequel that leads up to the Suicide Squad, man.
Oh, don't make me sad.
They're all about them prequels and prequels, and hell, let's just make a completely different movie.
I mean, they have established and said that they will just be putting different, movies out there and TV series, and they're just going to be on different Earths, so they don't have to worry about connecting stuff. So that doesn't mean he doesn't die. It doesn't mean he does, but it doesn't mean he doesn't die. It's not a guarantee.
Well, thanks for bumming me out. I think we're done here.
Now who's crapping on plates?
Yeah, my bad. I personally think this speaks to, because I think you're right, Hawk. I think they are kind of scraping as far as pulling out some of these more obscure characters, which is cool. Like I appreciate them doing something with some different characters, but I think this speaks more to John Cena. I think it speaks more to how James Gunn probably, and how people saw John Cena and were like, yo, we could do something with him. Like, he could probably carry a TV series on HBO Max. So I think John Cena must have really turned some heads with his performance, and I think that's a big reason why this is happening.
Yeah.
So I just had this really crazy thought, and I think it works. What did James Gunn do with Guardians? He took a bunch of unknown people and made a successful movie out of it.
Yep.
He made two successful movies.
It feels kind of like the same play, because that was Marvel's way of saying, oh, all right, let's just throw something out there. Since DC wants to use the two main superheroes, we'll throw some unknowns out there and we'll hit one out of the ballpark. And they did. So James Gunn, this might be his way of doing the same thing in the DC landscape.
Hawk, you make a really good point.
Yeah, because he's like, okay, well, you know what? You want to cause all this drama over there, Marvel? Cool. All right, well, I'll go over here and show you what I can do. And I love it. It's a great idea.
It gives you a lot of freedom too, because if you kill off a character, which he's obviously going to do, like some of these characters, nobody would have even known existed and wouldn't have been used anyway. So it doesn't affect anything going forward, and you can really have free reign and do what you want and let your imagination really go and worry about making one good movie, because you don't have to worry about connecting or building to anything. So yeah, I think there's a lot to that, Hawk. Great point. Let's see what else we got. Anything else? Nah, I think I'm done with the DC world. Let's go to the Marvel world. What did everyone think of the WandaVision trailer that came out?
Holy crap.
It looks like
crap.
a comic book acid trip, dude. Not gonna lie, I'm pretty stoked. It's weird and far out, and you're like, oh, what the hell did I just watch? I'm definitely gonna be tuning in. It looks sweet.
Yeah, it looks great. I'm curious. Since I guess we've all seen it. Let me ask, because I've seen this on Twitter, and I've talked to people on Twitter about this. Does Monica have her powers already in this, or is she just an agent trying to infiltrate? What's going on with Monica when we're introduced to her in this series?
That's what I want to know, because I actually did some research on her, because I was like, who the hell is that? It's the little girl from the Captain Marvel movies, am I correct?
Yes.
Monica Rambeau.
That's right.
Yep. Who's been Captain Marvel? Who's been all these other names,
Before Carol Danvers.
Well,
yeah.
And I think she's someone who's going to show up in the sequel Captain Marvel, but I've talked about that on previous episodes.
I honestly don't think she has her powers. I think it's going to lead up to her getting her powers, but I mean, I could be wrong.
Well, being that Scarlet Witch, as of right now, before they retcon anything, now that they have access to mutants, Scarlet Witch's powers come from the staff. So, if I had to guess, I would say that that's how Monica gets her powers, is from Scarlet Witch.
I actually have kind of a theory on how I think this series will play out. I could be wrong, but it's something I've been thinking about. With Scarlet Witch losing the Vision in the is it the Infinity War? Yeah, it's Infinity War. I think it is kind of like a House of M scenario where she's created something in her mind to deal with the loss of Vision, and all like the sitcom stuff are her way of interacting with him.
Well, wouldn't it make more sense for her to feel that way, especially since like we had House of M? It's all about her being so fragile, and anything can break her. That'd be interesting.
Well, we've seen the mental side of her, like how emotional she was at the beginning of Civil War. Now you take away like her mainstay, and you can see how bad it is. There's a lot of bigger name Marvel characters that are supposed to appear in this, along with her kid, Speed and Wiccan. It's supposed to tie into the Multiverse of Madness, and I'm really excited to see what Marvel's going to do with this.
The Doctor Strange movie was probably my favorite movie in the MCU besides Winter Soldier.
Wow.
Yeah, like that was straight. I went and seen it in 3D when 3D movies were still, the rage. And it was really cool in 3D, especially when he was going through like the different dimensions and stuff. That was really cool in 3D. And it's like Doctor Strange is a really interesting character anyway, so.
Okay, nice. So actually, that's a perfect segue into our next news tidbit: the Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, because the WandaVision movie or the WandaVision TV series will be leading into the Multiverse of Madness movie, and the rumor going around with that is that they are going to be having different casting, kind of quote-unquote bigger name actors having cameos as different superheroes in these different Earths that they'll be kind of visiting in the multiverse for Marvel.
Wow.
So, we could see 3 different versions of Captain America and 3 different actors playing them, or maybe a female playing a Captain America in one of the Earths or something like that. Some of the names being thrown around is like Tom Cruise for a Tony Stark, and I think that's fantastic. I think he fits perfectly
awesome.
as so.
That is sweet.
Yeah, I think that's really cool. So I thought we'd have a little fun, and I will hit each of you and give you a Marvel character, and I want you to cast them with a bigger name of who you think would be a cool cameo to make in the Multiverse of Madness. Oz, I'll start with you. Who would you like to see play a different version of Captain America?
I want to see your buddy from Supernatural.
Which one?
Is it Dean who's always the serious, gruff talking dude?
The shorter hair.
Yeah.
Jensen Ackles.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing him give a swing at it.
Okay, that's not bad.
Do you know why? Because I always just see that he would be so awesome in a World War II scene with him as Captain America, and on the front lines fighting the Germans. I just see it,
Okay, that's not bad.
Rallying the troops. So that's who I'd love to see.
Hawk, let's go to you next. Who would you like to see play Thor?
I mean, originally Loki wanted to play it. I think it would be really funny to have him come back as Thor.
I like that. That's really cool. Yeah, I like that a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Ghost, let's go to you next. Who would you like to see? Who would you like to see play the Incredible Hulk, Bruce Banner?
Ooh, that's gonna be a hard one. Jack Black.
You know what? That would be fantastic to have him transform into the freaking Incredible Hulk.
See? I was going out on a limb. I'm like, you know what? I could so totally see Jack Black as Bruce Banner and the Hulk.
I mean, in another world, why not?
Sounds smart.
Can I try one for the Hulk? Just to see what you guys think about this dude.
No, it's okay.
Let's hear it.
What's oh gosh, what is his name? He played in Superbad. I mean, he was like
Jonah Hill.
No, No, he was Lex Luthor.
Jesse Eisenberg.
Jesse Eisenberg.
He wasn't in Superbad.
Was he?
No,
Okay, fine. Well, he played Lex
He's
Luthor.
thinking of Michael Cera.
Yeah.
Michael Cera.
Is that him? Is that him?
That's what you're thinking of, but no, you're thinking of Jesse Eisenberg, but Michael Cera played in Superbad.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you, guys. But yeah, so I like that. Oh, total shit! That dude with the glasses for Superbad and that too.
McLovin?
That's funny.
McLovin as Bruce Banner, dude.
I don't think I could get behind McLovin as Bruce Banner, man. I don't think I could. I would be like, if they were like, we're gonna put the guy who played McLovin as Bruce Banner, I would seriously question what the hell Marvel was smoking with that decision.
But think about it though.
Vest?
Think about watching some of these characters kind of like. Think about watching some of these characters kind of cower at McLovin because they know if he transforms or gets mad, they won't be able to stop him.
And regular Scott, think of McLovin from the Ultimate Bruce Banners, the Captain America Avengers.
Think of McLovin playing his character from Kick-Ass and just bringing that over and acting like that arrogant character and just acting like that and that being the way he portrays Bruce Banner. That could be very silly.
That would be. I loved him in Kick-Ass too. Like he was so much better. But if he brings that personality over, I could be like, okay, it's not that bad.
Let's see here. Oz, let's go back to you. Who would you like to see play Tony Stark?
Yes, I've already said Tom Cruise, so I would think
Danny DeVito.
Oof.
Ryan Seacrest. Hear me now, speak to me later, and I said it.
Man. Just imagine a movie with Ryan Seacrest as Iron Man, McLovin as the Incredible Hulk. Like, this is your Avengers lineup.
Hey, you definitely have some people who are like, I'm going to see it. I don't care. I'm going to watch it no matter what.
I need to know what's going to happen and how they're going to do this.
I just want to know the storyline in this movie.
I don't know, man. It sounds like I think it would probably be one of them movies that Hawk is like, come on, man, you want to go see it, and I'm going to be like, no, and he's like, well, you're going anyways. Come on.
Hey, dude, what's the problem? Simon is Hawkeye. It's cool.
Hawk, who are you? Hawk, who are you casting as Black Widow?
I honestly don't have one for this, man. I don't know.
Does anyone have a Black Widow?
Pamela Anderson.
Wow.
A Black Widow, huh?
Yeah. Barbed Wire. That's all I got to say, man.
No,
I thought you were going to say something about Tommy Lee.
No, I wasn't going to go there.
Can I go there and try this craziness?
Go for it.
How about the short hair girl, really short hair girl from John Wick, and she's also in Billionaires.
Ruby.
Batwoman?
No, not Ruby, but she's the one who's the who you never saw smile, but in John Wick 3. The super Sinead O'Connor haircut.
Oh, the one that was kind of in charge.
Yes. How about her?
Why not just go with Charlize Theron?
Wait. What about the girl from Anna?
The young chick? The young girl?
The blonde from Anna who was all kicking ass and stuff.
She's a little kid, isn't she?
I have no idea what you're talking about with that movie.
Nobody know what I was talking about.
Not Hannah, but what's the movie that there's an awesome fight. She does an awesome fight scene in a restaurant.
How many beers have you had?
Lots of them. And by the way, it's another Russian flick too. But she's blonde. There's a classic awesome fight scene in a restaurant where she like kills a guy with a plate.
I got nothing.
It's after it's after Red Sparrow came out. I'm going to find this movie right now.
You know, I'm just going to throw this out there. I'm just going to say Gal Gadot.
Huh.
You know, I could see her being a Black Widow.
Yeah, making a nice Marvel cameo.
She is a pretty badass Wonder Woman.
I like that. That's not bad.
That's not fine.
That's not bad at all. It's better than anything Oz came up with.
Hey, no, it is a movie Anna though.
I know. I know there is. I just.
Are you talking about Hannah, like with an H?
No, Anna, and it's Sasha Lusa.
I have no idea who that is, but I'm going to Google it. How do you spell her last name? Let's see what this. Lusa,
and first name is Sasha. And check her out, dude. She was badass in that scene, dude.
So we're gonna check out Sasha. We're gonna have y'all listen to a quick commercial. Actually, why are we gonna play a commercial when we have the guest on? You know, we can just have them plug their own stuff, and we can get a commercial. That's how you.
I think that works.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? Hawk Ghost, please plug everything you got. Make sure you plug your show one more time before we take our commercial break.
All right, guys, it's been an honor so far. I've had so much fun. I am Hawk the Horrible. I am the co-host and host, whatever you want to call it, on Fandom Fusion. We talk about everything nerdy from comic books, video games, movies, all of it. We do weekly episodes. We have a great time. We always have guests on. It's a lot of fun. Ghost?
I am the co-host of Fandom Fusion, and dudes, it's been awesome being on again. Like I've had the podcast bug for a little while now, but you can find us together causing merry mayhem on the Fandom Fusion every week. It's been pretty interesting so far. That's all I got to say.
There you go. So, yeah, we found Sasha. Now we're going to see what she was in and see if she's worthy of this role that has just been cast upon her, or if Oz just kind of pulled her name out of obscurity. We'll be right back.
Jeez.
Jesus.
This is Defy Life.
Welcome to the Defy Life podcast. Join JR, Thomas, and Al as they take on topics in sports, politics, current events, family, and more. Insightful, hilarious, always unique. New episode every Wednesday. Powered by the Defy Life Podcast Network. Listen at DefyLifePods.com and everywhere else your favorite podcasts are available. If you're not rocking with Defy Life, what's your life about?
And we are back. Make sure you are checking out the Defy Life podcast, the flagship of the network. Mr. J.R. Glimpf, the Kingpin, Thomas Stevens, the Battleground champion for now, Alvin Glimpf. Though I think the title should be vacated for lack of defenses. It has been well over 30 days. It's been well over 60 days. I think it's time to defend the belt, but that's a whole nother story. We'll leave that for there. Oz, you have something you want to say?
No, I in regards to what, like, you know, I understand that we're in a national pandemic, but you know, that's kind of like holding on to your belt for a little bit too long. You know,
what?
I mean, there's Skype, there's Zoom, there's Chime.
What are we talking about?
We can battleground anytime we need to battleground, dude. I'm trying to get my throne, dude.
No, you don't need to be worried about the battleground. That's not why I was giving you this time right there. This wasn't a platform for you to cut a promo to try and hype up a battleground title shot. That's not what this was. You don't get to ask for no title shot on that time. That's not what that was.
Wait, time out. I'm not asking for a title shot, dude. I'm just saying that a title shot is due. You know, it's not saying that, hey, can you give me some bread when I bake the bread. I'm just like saying it's just time for a shot, dude.
I was trying to give you this time because you said you wanted some props from myself and Ghost and Hawk, but instead you decided to go off on a little tirade trying to put yourself over. I'm going to tell you what this is not. This is not promo class. What was that?
You dropped the ball, dude.
You dropped the ball. You fumbled.
It's not promo class, but I'm just saying let's do it. So getting back to the subject matter.
But Alvin, it is time to defend that belt.
I need my shot, dude.
Yeah. All right, back to the subject matter.
You know, as Jimmy Superfly Snuka said, he said a lot of stuff, but I don't want to get into it right now.
That's the guy you decide to. The murderer is the one you decide to use as the one that you're going to be like. That you were about to quote. Yeah, you choose the murderer.
Yeah, because back in the day before he was the murderer, he was the hero, but of course all heroes go crazy. So let's go back to our Scarlet Witch. I thought that Sasha Lusa?
You mean Black Widow?
Yeah, whatever works.
He don't know. He don't even know what he's talking about, Hawk.
Listen,
are you drinking non-alcoholic beer again?
Dude, I'm drinking Coors Cutters, by the way, but the problem is I've had 50 of them.
50.
So no. I think she'd make a good Scarlet Witch. I'm sorry, a good Black Widow. Check her out. You know, Sasha's cool. I think she'd make if you dye her hair red, she'd be a lethal weapon for. And I think she could be a good seductress. I think she could do the action part. You know, if she could hold her own, she'd make an awesome Black Widow.
And she is pretty hot. Just going to throw that out there.
Hey, no, while we're at it, I wonder who you guys would think would make a good Scarlet Witch.
Emma Stone.
Emma Stone actually would probably make a good Scarlet Witch. She's a good actress. I mean,
she's a good actress.
Yeah, she's a good actress anyway, so yeah, that's probably pretty good.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, that's a good one. Yeah.
I rock with that.
Okay.
We got two super bad actors in this Avengers movie now, or this multiverse movie. Sorry.
Actually, and you know what? She would do really well beside McLovin and who's
Jack Black.
Yeah, and Jack. Yeah, she would do real well beside them as far as her comedy because she could do comedy really well too.
Can I just throw this out there for a Hawkeye? Can her husband be Hawkeye?
Who's Hawkeye?
What?
Who's Hawkeye?
Her husband.
Yeah, who's gonna play Hawkeye?
Who's she married to?
Wait, is it Emma Stone? No, that's Emma Blunt.
Emma Lee? Emma Lee Blunt?
You talking about that English lady that's in like all the American Horror Story movies?
Who for A Quiet Place? Who is that?
Oh, that lady.
Emily Blunt and John Krasinski.
Yes, Emily Blunt. Thank you. I think John would make a good Hawkeye.
All right, dude. Moving on. All right, moving on to the email. Whatever, man.
That was pretty disrespectful, but that's okay.
Well, you earned that one, though, Oz, man. Okay. All right. We got an email.
First they laugh at you. Then they get mad at you.
We got an email. We didn't get a Killmonger conversation this week, so hopefully we hear a Killmonger conversation for next week. Phil, shout out to Phil. We didn't hear from you this week, man. We miss you.
Wait. We probably did, but there's a chance because you got an Twitter prison that we didn't get it.
That's fair.
So get it straight.
That's fair, Phil. I might have been in
your
Twitter
nerd
jail.
post.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I did get in jail, but the shackles are off my feet now, so I can dance. So
yeah. Regular Scott. Oh, dear comrade, click this site to be you get millions of Bitcoin. Click this site. I'm like, well, it sounds legit to me. Come on, dude. You know
retweet. Everyone, check this site out. # it works.
Mind if I come into your DM?
Okay. All right, dude, enough. Dude. Email.
Jeez.
This one is, I'm going to read his name first. This one is from Thrash Daddy.
No, Trash Daddy. It's
No,
Trash Daddy.
no, that's not what it says. It says Thrash Daddy. I have the email.
My apologies.
Yes, please.
That's a pretty epic name, man. That's better than my name.
Thrash Daddy is part of the Trash Daddies. So
okay,
yes,
well,
his name is Thrash Daddy.
That's fine,
yes.
but his name is. He sent me this email. Says thanks, Thrash Daddy. I'm just telling you what he wrote.
Yep, I agree.
Okay,
yep.
Thank you.
He said thank you? What's he thanking you for?
Well, that's what he said at the end of his question. I was just reading his name and then the thanks.
Okay.
You know, like thanks.
I was confused.
Yeah, I'm sorry. My bad.
Here we go. It's Ozzy's fault.
Yeah, it's always Ozzy's fault. Hey, guys. So I have a question for you guys. Why in sci-fi movies / TV shows, especially space-themed, black guys and gals, for the most part, seem to have British accents? It's not always the case, but I'd say it happens more often than not. Also, what's not to love about time travel? Ozzy should go deeper into why there aren't many black time travelers.
Yeah.
Oz, your Killmonger conversation starts after the guest. Hawk and Ghost, what are your thoughts on the Killmonger conversation?
I'm thinking it's a really good question.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
It's a good one.
It's got me thinking. I mean, I've never actually noticed the British accents until he pointed out they do. It's weird. It's unsettling sometimes.
Dude, if you don't believe that, just check out Raised by Wolves.
I actually had that pop up on my HBO Max today. I'm kind of curious as to what it is.
Yeah, you'll see a black dude with a British accent.
I've also like Doctor Strange. I mean,
yeah, that's true. Got me. It's got me thinking, man. Like that's a really good question. It's got me thinking. Like, I'm sitting here pondering this question. Like, wow, I've never noticed until he pointed it out.
I'm just going to say this just for
I have an answer too.
A random thought. Usually the English accent sounds a little more eloquent than like American accents. In space, there is like a level of intelligence needed.
Yep.
So it has that, like with Idris Elba. You know, if he talked with his normal accent compared to like a Chicago accent, it would have a completely different take on how you perceive him.
Compared to his wire accent.
Yeah, I mean, like, don't get me wrong, it was like he was great in Pacific Rim, but hearing him in other movies, it's a totally different look.
He keeps the accent in Hobbs and Shaw. Like, he has that accent there.
Yeah, but I will say that, and I'm sorry for cutting you guys off. I apologize, but I thought about this for a bit, and it kind of solidified it when we were just kind of all just hashing it out. So the British accent has traditionally meant for Americans, we can say it, we can not like it, but it's always been a sign of like authority and pay attention. Like you when you can think of it when Patrick Stewart had his accent from Star Trek: The Next Generation. You're like, oh my God, like pay attention. This dude is like, it's in our brain to do that. And so when you have a black male or female with a British accent in these kind of films, it's like saying, oh, pay attention to this guy. This guy is different. You should pay. It draws your attention to him. It's an attention drawer. It totally is.
Yeah, I could see that. You focus on him more. And I also didn't know that Patrick Stewart was English ever until like I was probably in my early 20s. I'm like, you mean to tell me that dude's English? He doesn't sound like an English person.
Really? We'll think about it. The whole time I thought I was like, this guy is English Jean-Luc Picard is English, but his name is Jean-Luc Picard.
That sounds like a French dude, man.
Dude, his family's from the French vineyards. I'm like, but you sound British as fuck, dude.
Is there any pictures floating of Patrick Stewart with hair, like actual legit hair?
He has hair in Star Trek.
He has that little oh my god, I'm going bald, but I don't want to shave my head look going on.
You
no
mean
hair?
You mean is there any pictures of Jean-Luc Picard? Sorry,
Patrick Stewart. My bad.
With Patrick of hair on top.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah,
You leave Professor Xavier alone.
I think at some point in time, some pictures of Patrick Stewart with hair need to surface, man.
Yeah.
Somebody out there on the internet has to have pictures of this dude with a full hair, glorious flowing locks.
Well, listen, if anyone has that picture, I want you to do two things, and you can kill two birds with one stone. Okay. Not only will Uncle Oz get an extra follower, I want you to tag him in this at OzzyReal, follow him, and tag him at the same time. Not only do you get the picture, you get a follower.
Well, and
holy crap! Sure, I found it.
Are you shitting me? Send me this. I want to see this picture.
No,
dude.
Tag me.
Yes, dude, I want to see this picture bad.
Well, if you'll be listening to this a couple days later than what you're seeing, but go back and find this tweet and go follow Uncle Oz. Let's get him up to 30 by the time the next episode drops.
Well, I will say the whole thing is just that, Patrick Stewart's like, yeah, I had hair, but I lost my hair when I was only getting theater gigs and not getting any acting gigs,
Oz, if you don't get to 30 by episode 100, you're out.
Are you serious?
Yeah. So you got a few more. You got a couple months.
Hold on. That's all I had to do to get out of this show?
Right. That's all you got to do is just not get to 30. That's all you got to do. Really easy to get out of your contract.
So who's your co-host going to be, man? You're just going to drop Uncle Oz like that?
Yeah.
Dude, he's going to start calling me, this is Regular Scott and Uncle Scott.
Ooh, yeah.
Split personality podcast. Keep it interesting, man. You could be like that dude from the dude who played young Professor X. What the hell is that boy?
James, yeah. It's literally going to be. Yeah, it's literally going to be split on a podcast.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, it's literally going to be that movie on a podcast.
Make it real interesting. You'll never know what Scott you'll get.
Yeah,
each one will be a different episode.
Y'all in the tweet.
Only problem is that you'll never see a
all right, dude,
buff Regular Scott.
Yeah, maybe not. Probably not that big. That's okay though. All right. So
holy shit, dude! He has hair.
Wow. There you go.
Holy shit, dude! He looks so different. Hawk, that is blowing my mind right now, dude.
Good.
Hopefully this goes viral by the time this episode drops, because that'd be great.
Dude, that picture is blowing my mind right now, man. Holy shit.
Well, I'm gonna look for it right now.
I mean, while we're talking about Patrick Stewart, it is a pretty good segue into the X-Men, because Patrick Stewart has portrayed a legendary X-Men in Professor X. Very good segue right there.
Well, would you say he's an X-Men though?
I mean,
he's more like the dude.
He's the founder.
He's got to be considered at least an honorary member of the X-Men.
I don't know if that's true.
Well, it's like Charlie of Charlie's Angels.
How can he not be? They're named after Charlie's is considered an angel.
No, he's not.
Are you talking about the dude in the little voice box as an angel? Would you consider Bosley an angel, man?
I would consider him part of the team. I think the Angels as a team.
One second. Are we sure this is his hair?
Yeah, I do. I don't. It legitimately looks like his hair. It looks like it goes into scalp, and it's not like a bald cap with horse hair weaved into it.
My God, that's a good looking man.
I'm telling you, man, that blew my mind to see him with hair. That is so off the wall. That is some crazy shit, dude.
Jesus, that guy looks great.
Here we go.
He looks like the kind of guy you wouldn't be mad if he stole your girlfriend.
Well,
if he stole your girlfriend, you'd be like, I understand.
No.
Yeah.
I don't get that. Okay. X-Men time. Here's how we're going to do this, gentlemen. Obviously, we're going to start with the guest, and we're going to lay out our games, and we're going to take the best pieces from each game. And if that means somebody has no good pieces, then they're not part of the game. But if we all contribute, then we can all be a part of the game. Hopefully, we all bring something to the table.
Sounds good to me, man.
That's the goal. I got faith in you two.
Ooh.
But Uncle Oz reassured me before we got on this call. He was like, "Man, I got something for you tonight."
I have faith in Patrick Stewart's hair.
Well, there's that.
Dude,
too.
he looks mag-fucking-nificent with hair, man.
I'm going to tell all three of you guys right now. That dude's hair is up there with like on some Iris West. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
It's pretty impressive.
That is not some MGK. That is not some Tekashi 6ix9ine. That is some Iris West stuff.
Word up.
Hey. That's awesome.
Dude, that's brilliant.
Okay, let's create our game, gentlemen.
Okay.
Or should we marvel at Patrick Stewart's hair more?
I can't stop looking at it.
I put my phone down. It's hypnotizing, man. It's hypnotizing.
Like Bon Jovi's like, get rid of that picture right now.
Yeah. It puts him to shame, man.
It might be Bon Jovi's hair on his head.
Mr. Perfect was like, my hair was never that perfect.
But could he swat his own gum though?
Mr. Perfect was the original person that gave people like germs because he was swatting his own gums and shaking people's hands.
How you gonna speak ill of the dead, dude?
God dang it, dude.
How you gonna speak ill of the dead?
By the way, this shows how old I am. Everyone I mention is like, you know they're dead, right? I'm like, oh shit. How's Andre the Giant doing?
What?
Yeesh.
Low blow, man.
Yeah, what are you doing?
Wait, he's dead too for real?
Yeah, what are you doing? What's going on, bro?
Okay. All right, let me try one more. I got one more.
Oh my god! And you think it's a game?
Well, I can't say anything. Jake's dead. Hulk Hogan's lost his mind.
Jake the Snake is not dead.
Yeah, Jake the Snake was in the Peanut Butter Falcon, man.
Jake the Snake is not dead.
Yeah, dude, I watched Dark Side of the Ring, and he's in that.
It's okay. It's okay. I'm happy. But Hulk Hogan's lost his mind, dude. Like people, it's rough, dude. Can I ask one question? While you guys been bummed out?
I don't know.
What's going on with Coco Beware?
What?
Oh, guys, see, I don't want to know, dude. I don't want to know.
I have no idea who that even is.
What does Coco Beware have to do with the parrots?
Black man with the parrot, dude. Only thing he had going for him was he was black and had parrots.
He's in the Hall of Fame. I know that.
Okay, good. That's all I care about. I was like, what you got? He was like, dude, I can do a couple submission holds, and I got a parrot. Come on in, dude.
Shout out to Coco Beware.
Shout out to Coco Beware. Look, Hawking goes. Y'all need to go check out.
No,
Coco
you don't.
Beware.
No, you don't. He's not.
He would come on stage and do his bird dance with his parrot. I'm like, oh god, please don't leave.
I googled this dude. He has some awesome hair.
And we're back to talking about someone's hair.
Listen, I didn't know that we were gonna go from Patrick Stewart's hair to Coco Beware's hair. That's a hell of a transition.
He has a parrot too? That's fucking awesome.
Yeah, he
Did it talk? Did it talk?
I don't remember if it talked, but I know he talked to it.
Oh god, dude. Yeah, he talked to it all the time. It was terrible.
I bet you that parrot felt sorry for him being his only friend.
Yeah, well, yeah, it was rough back then, dude. Okay, X-Men game. Sorry.
No, please. And listen, if you have another wrestler that you think is not alive, let's throw him out there too while we're at it. While we're just calling them all out. Who else you got?
I have an autographed picture.
No, I was joking because you probably are going to say somebody else who's deceased.
I have an autographed picture to this day of Nikita Koloff.
I don't know. Is he
Yeah.
dead?
I don't know.
Let me look him up.
I had the honor of seeing Ric Flair at Church's Fried Chicken in Petersburg, Virginia.
Now that's a great tidbit.
Back in the day. So I just want to say that. Yes, Ric Flair did go to Church's Fried Chicken.
That's a great tidbit.
I've always wanted to go to Church's Fried Chicken, to be honest with you, dude.
Well, they had really good crunchy chicken, but they also would give you jalapenos.
Is that the chicken and waffle? Can I get chicken and waffles there?
Oh man, I don't see they didn't do chicken waffles, but trust me, their chicken felt like you were having chicken and waffles because it was like, is this Captain Crunch and fucking chicken?
Yeah, it was good, but you
Wait,
remember that.
Sorry. Is this Frosted Flakes and chicken together?
How do we go from talking to hair to talking about fried chicken?
How do we go from talking about X-Men to talking
Ric
about
Flair.
chicken?
That's how.
Oh, hey, you know what? I'm sorry, man. I apologize. Patrick Stewart looks great with a full set of hair.
See what I'm telling you, man?
He looks fantastic.
Regular
I'm
Scott.
telling you.
Regular Scott. I want you to hear me right now. I sent the picture to Thrash Daddy, and he goes, "Oh my God, is that Patrick Stewart?"
You know Thrash Daddy?
Yes, dude.
So his name really was Trash Daddy. So he messed up.
No, it's Thrash Daddy, but he's part of the Trash Daddies.
Are you part of the Trash Daddies?
They always invite me, but they host really bad 80s movies, and pre-COVID they would all meet together, watch a really bad 80s movie, which could be Jim Cato, The Adventures of Remo Williams, and just like have a good time watching it. But now they do it over Zoom.
Man, he's a good-looking dude with a full set of hair, man. I am like really impressed.
See,
wow.
Now do you understand why we were talking about him so long?
I get it.
Like that is fucking impressive.
But
the look on his
Can we
look on
bring it
his
full
face.
circle? Can we bring it full circle? Let that dude speak to you in an English accent and talk about the future and talk about his time machine. Okay.
I would listen to whatever the fuck Patrick Stewart with hair would have to say.
I would say, hey,
bald Patrick Stewart, I would be like, go fuck yourself. Haired Patrick Stewart, I'd be like, I'm intrigued, and I would, rub my chin like I actually understood anything he was talking about.
I would be like, hey guys, can you guys be quiet, please? He's talking about the time machine.
Yeah,
please
you're
finish,
being too
sir.
loud.
Yeah,
he looks great, dude.
Okay, all right. I got it out. I got it out of my system. I'm done with it. Wow, I get it. Wow, I'm gonna have to retweet that. That's a fantastic picture.
Okay, last one.
No.
Real quick. That dude with hair, or William Shatner as Captain Kirk.
I'm taking that guy with hair. What? I'm not casting anybody over Patrick Stewart with hair. What? That dude should have been James Bond.
Yes, James Bond.
James Bond.
Yeah, he should have been James Bond.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm
smart.
flabbergasted
That's
that he
smart.
wasn't in. Like, are there no movies of him with this set of hair?
Look, dude, this dude was like, I'll
I
take
think
any
this
role.
is from the Christmas Carol.
He was in the Christmas Carol?
That sounds about right. He's a Christmas Carol guy.
Hold on,
he
wait.
seems like a Christmas Carol guy.
Hasn't everybody been in the Christmas Carol?
Everybody's been in some form of a Christmas Carol.
Yeah. Or cracking some nuts or something like that, dude. Come on.
The Nutcracker.
That sounds like a horror. I'm not going there. Never mind.
Yep. Yep. That's when we transition to the X-Men. Here we go. So,
Speaking of cracking nuts.
no more, Oz. No. We're not going back down the hill. We're already halfway back up the hill. We're not walking back down. Okay?
Or we're not going to run down either.
Oh, we're certainly not running down that hill.
I'm rolling down that hill.
Wait,
man.
Whoa.
we're going to stumble down that hill.
Well, that's because you're drunk.
Exactly.
That's because you're drunk. That's why you're stumbling down the hill.
Wait, hold on. So the old bull and the young bull are talking, and then me, the drunk bull's like, "Wait, what? Hold on, guys." And the old bull's like, "Don't be like that, dude."
Oh man, you're the one that we use as bait when the wolves come, when everyone tries to get away, because we're like, yeah, you go over there and walk over there, and we'll come meet you in 5 minutes.
Uncle Oz, it's fine to walk over there by themselves. Yeah. That's not howling. That's the wind.
It's like that saying: you don't have to be fast. You just have to be faster than the person next to you.
Right. All right. Let's try this again. X-Men video game. Let's see how far we get with this one.
Patrick Stewart.
I was just getting ready to say something about it.
Oh, man. Well, I can tell you this much. Patrick Stewart could definitely be in the X-Men video game with his hair. Actually, that dude should be cast as freaking Vandal Savage.
I could see Patrick Stewart with hair as Vandal Savage. I would watch that movie.
I don't know if people would be happy with the white guy as Vandal Savage, though.
Why not?
You know, I just don't feel like people would be happy about it.
Oh, my God.
But if it's Patrick Stewart with hair,
that's what I mean. That's why it might work. That's why I brought it up, because that way it might work.
Man, that dude looks like Sebastian Shaw to me.
No, that's great. You got it. You win.
Kevin Bacon.
You got it. You win.
Fuck. I forgot all about him being Sebastian Shaw. Dude, the movies were so good, and then we got that bullshit that is the Dark Phoenix, and that's all I'm going to say.
Well, because you're going, wait, Sebastian Shaw doesn't do that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And Darwin doesn't die like that either.
Darwin doesn't.
No.
Shout out to Darwin, man.
Hey,
Darwin's been brought up a few times on our show, man. We might have to put him in the ranking system.
Because everybody, dude, I don't care.
I was disappointed when he got blowed up, man. Like, that's just shit.
That goes across gender, like ethnicity, anything. People are like, what the fuck was that about? I want you all to meet Darwin. Darwin can withstand anything except for a bomb in the throat. What the fuck?
Now listen, the idea of the move and like putting the energy into, like being able to consume all this energy and just put it into somebody's mouth, I thought that was sweet. But why would you do it to Darwin? Oh, I know why. But why, like, why that guy? The guy who has the ability to do that. I get you're trying to show his power, but it didn't.
Hold on one second. You're asking the Nazi why he would do that.
That's fair.
Come on, dude.
Yeah, that's true.
Come on, dude. But yeah, man, Darwin was like, you were like, yo, this guy is dope, dude. But okay, he's fine. And then, yeah, 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon. I'm like, Sebastian Shaw, can I punch you? And nothing. Okay, this is weird. So let's get it back together. Fuck Xavier. Put him as the Hellfire dude, Sebastian Shaw, and let's keep it popping. And
with
then
the hair, though.
Oh, and wait, hold on. And then I gotta fuck you up even more. Sasha is going to be the White Queen.
No, I'm good on that.
She's kind of flat.
Yeah, you're doing a little bit too much with her.
Pamela Anderson is the White Queen.
No, thank you on that either. X-Men game. Let's try this one again without Patrick Stewart. Let's start with you, Hawk. How is your X-Men? What kind of X-Men game are you bringing to the table for us today?
So I'm going to go in line with the Avengers game. And actually, you know what? I'm going to take that back. I'm going to go like a 90s arcade side scroller.
Those are my favorite games. Like, that was one of my favorite X-Men games, was the 90s side scroller. We actually played that in Walmart, didn't we? Or was that Turtles?
We played Turtles. We played the X-Men game on my Xbox 360 because I bought that when it was on the marketplace.
Oh, that's right. That was a long time ago, dude.
Yeah, it was.
I've had a lot happen between then and now.
A lot of beers.
Lots of everything.
Okay. Ghost, what kind of game are you bringing to the table?
I would like to see. I don't know. I'm going to go RPG. I think RPG. They could make a pretty sweet X-Men RPG game. I think it would be really, really cool.
Okay. And Oz, what type of game are you bringing to the table?
Oh, gentlemen, I see that I have put too much thought into this. Excuse me 1 second as I sip this beer. If you can bear with me 5 minutes, I'd like to tell you my quick version of this game. It is an open world. It is an open world X-Men game.
We don't need the full description. Just what kind of game?
Oh, it's open world.
Okay, thank you.
It's because I was getting to it.
I know.
I cannot wait.
I know.
My world is an open world that's kind of think more of Breath of the Wild, or think of think more of this open world, Breath of the Wild, that kind of thing, like Fortnite, that kind of open world.
No doubt. I'm really excited that you're excited about this. I can't wait to hear it. I think it should be a little bit more. My game is going to be like a Telltale game, kind of where it's going to be a little bit more story based, and you kind of decide the outcomes, and there's different paths you can take, and different decisions you make decide how the story plays out.
No more mutants.
Hey, that would be pretty sweet as a Telltale game. I didn't think of that, but House of M would be dope as a Telltale game. You could decide like what you do with the new world you've created after that. That would be sweet.
I could get behind a game like that, man. Yeah. I think I would do some. I'm not a huge fan of the Telltale games, but I did play the Batman one. That was pretty sweet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the Batman one's pretty good. There's a Game of Thrones one that's pretty good as well.
The Game of Thrones one is kind of strange.
It is a little bit different. They kind of, there is a little bit of a bait and switch. They show you all the characters, but you don't get to really do anything with the main characters.
You're just like a simple observer.
I'm a little peasant here as these dragons and the Lannisters are fucking each other.
But he never throws away his shot. So
that's a good thing, at least. He's on that.
Jamie didn't either.
But Jamie did lose a hand, though.
But he didn't lose what was most important to him.
His sister. His baby
I was
mama.
just getting ready to say that, man. That's awesome.
So, yeah, either that or I would go Injustice style, where it's just kind of a fighter and, you just kind of level up. And with this, you would get different abilities and different costumes. And the final forms of all these characters would be like the Phoenix Force. A Phoenix Force of Gambit, a Phoenix Force of Cyclops, Phoenix Force of... Because I feel like that's kind of the pinnacle you can reach with X-Men characters. And then at that point, you're just kind of just mauling through things anyway. So,
or Horsemen of Apocalypse.
Or Horsemen. I didn't think about that. That's not a bad. That's a pretty good idea as well. That's actually pretty cool.
I'm a huge fan of fighting games, and I played the shit out of Injustice 1 and 2.
Yeah.
So what type of lineups are we bringing to these games? Lineups are very important to, who people wanting to buy the games. What characters are going to be there are key to that. Ghost, what characters are you bringing to your game?
I'm, of course, going to say Wolverine. I would like to see Wolverine, Cyclops, let's say Jean Grey, Beast, and the Ringer, Havoc.
Ooh. Okay. Hawk, what lineup are you bringing to the table?
I would go with, say, 6 characters. That way you could do like the classic and, get 6 people together. Gambit, Iceman, Storm, Cyclops, Wolverine, and Nightcrawler.
I forgot all about Nightcrawler, dude.
Okay. Oz, what lineup are you bringing to the table?
Playable characters will be Cyclops, Wolverine, Storm, Nightcrawler, Colossus, Magic, Sunfire, Jean Grey, Bishop, Domino, Professor X, and Magneto.
Okay. And as you know, like I said, mine is going to be in the telltale form. So you're going to be able to choose. So you get to choose your leader. And whoever your leader is, that's your lineup. And my three leaders would be, to choose between, would be Storm, Cyclops, and Jean Grey. Those would be the three leaders. And on each respective team, on Storm's team, you would be able to, these are going to be 5-people lineups. They're going to be a little smaller, but you can obviously interchange them out as it goes on. But this is who you start with. Storm's team would be Storm, Gambit, Nightcrawler, Beast, and Psylocke. Cyclops' team would be Cyclops, Emma Frost, Iceman, Angel, and Jubilee. Jean Grey squad would be Jean Grey, Kitty Pryde, Colossus, Rogue, and Wolverine. So you would get to choose between those 3 teams to start your game off with.
I already know what I would choose.
Which team would you pick?
I would go Team Jean Grey.
Oh, okay. All right. Hawk, where would you go?
I'd probably go with Cyclops.
Okay. Oz?
I like Cyclops too.
I would probably pick Storm. I would take her squad. Gambit's my guy, so got to go with that.
Mon ami.
All right, now we've got our lineups, and obviously we'll get to choose all that. Before we get to our story, though, let's decide out of our 4 games, which one are we going to move on and really focus on? What game are we all going to agree upon and decide to make? Let's lay our arguments out on the table.
Well, see, I want to interject something real quick.
Okay.
I thought we were going to each briefly tell what our game was about.
We are, but we haven't got to the story part yet.
Yeah,
we're taking it bit by bit.
But you're eliminating stuff already, though. I thought we were going to each give a synopsis of our game, and then from that, everybody could be like, "Oh, they get strike away," because,
Well, I figured this way we'd be able to get each part, keep it fresh in our mind, and then kind of talk about it without having to hear each game, hear all the characters, hear all the story, and then hear 4 different versions of it, and then have to go back and kind of recycle through it. This way, everything is fresh in your mind.
That's the dope part of it. Okay, I'm down.
Okay. So what type of game are we going to agree upon and make as a group?
I was thinking like an X-Men Donkey Kong kind of thing.
I'm a huge fan of the RPG and the side-scrolling, but if you think about it, you could combine RPG and the open world concept.
Yeah. Okay. So it seems like open world, is that kind of where we would go? Open world? RPG or open world?
I think open world would make a pretty cool X-Men game.
It needs to be to give it the proper universe,
Imagine the locations you can explore in an open world X-Men game, man.
Okay, so open world. It sounds like it's what we're going to agree on. Mm-hmm. Now, what about lineups? I think because obviously we can't have all the X-Men in it, so I think we should agree on maybe what's a good number to have. It's a good number to try to agree on for an X-Men game.
Well, you always want to have a strong person, a slasher person, a projectile person, like bullets or whatever, and then a force person that can shoot shit.
Okay, so let's start with the leader. Who would we want as the leader of this group, of our team? Who do you think is
Cyclops?
Cyclops. Hawk?
Yeah, I'll say Cyclops.
Oz?
Zero issues with Cyclops.
Okay. Cyclops it is. And now let's talk about kind of our bruiser. Who do we want as kind of our bruiser?
I'm gonna say Colossus, but you could throw Wolverine in there too.
Mm-hmm.
What you got?
Bruisers are fun. Those two are classic.
Awkward silence.
Yeah. I thought Hawk was about to give us one.
I thought Oz was going.
Oh, that's where we're at. A little miscommunication. Okay, Hawk,
Yeah.
what you got?
I think Colossus is fun, but I'm gonna say Beast for this.
I like that. I like the Beast.
That'd
Oz,
be
what you
interesting.
got? Yeah, no doubt. Oz, what you got?
I'm gonna give Wolverine because I like his potential with stuff.
Okay. So we got one for Colossus, we got two for Beast, and one for Wolverine. So we're gonna have we have Beast. We can throw Wolverine and Colossus in there. We can always have switchable characters. What about projectiles? What type of projectile characters are we bringing in there? Obviously, we have Cyclops as our leader. We're going to throw Iceman in there. Is he a character we can all agree should be in the game?
Yeah, I would agree with Iceman. I could see him.
I don't know. I mean, wouldn't Storm be perfect for like projectile or range?
Well, if you get Iceman with the ice, but Storm can do ice level her up. She can do lightning, whatever you need to do, and get the whole gambit of stuff. No pun intended with Gambit.
Oh, Gambit's going to be in my game. That's my stealth.
No, I was grunting because I just farted, dude. I've been holding, man. Not gonna lie.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good. At least you feel relieved.
I do. Dude. It's nice.
Well, if you have to grunt while you fart, yeah, that's a relief. Damn it.
No doubt.
Sorry.
No, it's all good. All good. Okay, so let's move on to we kind of established our lineups. Who is kind of the wild card character? What character would we add in there that is almost like you get this character after you beat the game? What would be an extra character you would throw in there? Hawk.
Deadpool.
Oh, Deadpool. Okay. Hawk, what you
got?
Deadpool.
That's definitely it.
Oz.
Domino.
Oh, nice.
Because she can go shoot him up like Deadpool can, but you can have the extra, like, her luck can get you out of situations and stuff.
I like that. I'm going to go with Bishop.
Good choice.
Yeah, Bishop would be an interesting character.
Yeah, cause I like when people throw stuff at him, he can absorb it and throw it back. That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, I think that would be pretty cool. And there's a lot of ways you can do it after the game ends. Obviously, after you beat the game, whatever. So, yeah, I go with Bishop. He could be the new playable character. Let's go to storylines. Let's talk a little bit about story. Oz has been chomping at the bit to talk about the story for his game. What's going on with it? So, Oz, lay it on out there. This is what you've been waiting for.
All right, man. I'm sorry, fellas. I said this. I just got geeked out. So, just real quick, mine was an open world X-Men game, and the whole premise was this: like, you start off, and it's literally mutants versus the humans who are trying to eliminate them. So you have Krakoa, the island is your base, and it's open world. So that's you start there, and from Krakoa with the flowers, that opens the portals, and you have these portals that open up. Portals open up to Washington D.C., where you have an interactive storyline there. The Moon, Mars, and Genosha. Genosha is destroyed already, but there's hidden treasure and there's upgrades in there if you mine stuff and look around. from that, you have all the playable characters, which I said already, but true to the storyline currently from Jonathan Hickman, you have to get these 5 mutants together, and those 5 mutants they can help you. Actually, getting those 5 mutants together, that's the reason that you can respawn your character. Until all those mutants are together, you cannot. If you lose your character in any battle, that character is gone forever. Now, once you have those 5 mutants, you respawn. You can go to Mr. Sinister's lab, which is a side portion of Krakoa, which means you can combine 2 mutants' powers together. But you think that's a good enhancement, but you also get their weaknesses sometimes too. So it's the luck of the draw, like Mr. Sinister does. You're going to fight Sentinels and augmented humans. You'll battle on the dark side of the moon. You'll have to defend Krakoa every once in a while against Sentinel attacks, which is a way to draw you back there in case you leave Krakoa for a while on your off missions. You'll have to fight the Sentinel base that's by the moon, and you're fighting the anti-mutant force. Along those lines, your DLC would be X-Men, the X-Man, Phoenix, and Franklin Reed, but you're also hidden DLC, which is a little Easter egg, will be Scarlet Witch, where she can erase all the progress that you've done by saying no more mutants, but you can get your progress back if you can find Hope Summers. And that's my story.
Okay. All right. Hawk, what's your X-Men story?
Well, like any great X-Men story, you need great fights. And with great fights, Avengers versus X-Men.
Oh, that's good.
That's very good.
I mean, it works because you can play in great fights. You can have those epic moments from that book that we got that were really good. And you could do a lot of fun because, the X-Men were kind of screwed in this.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Captain America just comes around throwing his weight, trying to get his way. Mutants are trying to do their own thing, Team Mutant.
The nerve of Captain America after what he went through in Civil War to do that in X-Men vs. Avengers. The nerve of that.
Exactly.
He's awesome, but he doesn't always learn his lessons from stuff.
Very hypocritical. But then again, he was under the Hydra control the whole time, so little did we know.
Cosmic cubes.
Little did we know.
Trash.
I agree, but little did we know that was what was going on. That's why he did it. Blame it on the Hydra.
Blame it on a shitty storyline.
That too. Ghost, what you got? What's your story going into this?
I'm going to say House of M. No, not House of M. Age of Apocalypse.
Oh,
I think that would be
that too.
I think that would be a very interesting storyline, to be honest with you.
I like that. I like that a lot. Who would your horseman be?
That's a hard one. Now you got me thinking again. I would say Wolverine is death. Oh God, man, throw me a curveball.
Mm-hmm.
What about the Archangel?
I could see him being. I don't know. I could see him being more death, and then doing Wolverine as war.
Mm-hmm. Like he's supposed to be, yeah.
Yeah.
I thought Hulk was war.
He was at one time. Now you got me looking this stuff up, man. I'm trying to remember the four horsemen of the apocalypse. War and death
Well,
are
it's
seeming to be the only ones.
Pestilence and famine.
I could see storm being famine.
Ooh, that's dangerous.
Yeah. Yeah, she can control the elements.
Mm-hmm.
Now I've got Metallica stuck in my head.
Yeah. I think pestilence would be a hard one. What about Toad? Could Toad be considered pestilence?
What? Why not do just a thought? Why not do Leech as a really evil, terrible pestilence?
That'd be awesome.
That would actually be really good. And bravo.
You know.
Every now and then Oz comes up with these little gems he spews out. Every now and then he's got a couple rubies stored away.
I like to think the beer.
Yeah, I do too. That's a big part of it. Okay.
Thank you, non-alcoholic beer.
Yeah, no doubt.
On number 51. Thank you, guys.
Age of Apocalypse seems to work pretty well. Very good. I like where this is going. Any other toppings you guys would like to add to your games that I might not have touched on, or that you might not have had the opportunity to touch on, that you wanted to add in there or throw in there that you wanted to see in an X-Men game? The floor is open, by the way. Please just take over.
I kind of got one I would like to see as Pestilence. I would say Caliban.
Oh,
Caliban.
Good choice. Good choice.
Yeah. Shout out to the cow.
Yeah, man.
Okay. If not, that's fine. Like, if we're happy with where we're at with their games, then that's good. But if anybody had anything, just wanted to leave the floor open.
I love that. I love the Age of Apocalypse one. That's good.
So I think if we're in agreement, I think we're in an open world with Age of Apocalypse as our storyline. It seems like.
It seems that way. Yeah.
I'm with that. I like that too. I think so. Now we just need to. If we're gonna do that, we need to at least lock in who our horsemen we're gonna be. So let's lock in our horsemen.
Wolverine is War.
Okay.
That's one I'd like to see.
Okay, Wolverine is War then. Are we going Archangel is Death?
I'll second Archangel is Death.
Yeah, sounds good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Are we going Caliban? Are we going Toad? Where are we going with Pestilence and Famine? Storm? What are we doing?
I would say Caliban is Pestilence.
Well, I actually have an idea. Okay. So, for our horsemen, like, I think we could put like your Wolverine and Storm in there, and that way, like later in the game, when we beat that horseman, they become an unlockable character.
I like that. Very nice. I like that.
So that way, we could still use Wolverine and Storm, like I say, as villains, or Angel, for that matter, and we can still like use other members for our playable characters.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea. Okay. We're putting together a solid game here so far. Putting together a solid game. And what's are we missing another horseman? So we have our horsemen then. Who are our four horsemen? Let's hear them out.
Wolverine is War.
Yep. Death.
Archangel is Death.
Yep. Storm is Famine.
And Pestilence is
Caliban.
Sure, I still feel like Leech has some potential to be a very this terrible thing, but Caliban.
Okay, so Caliban, we'll go with him, or Leech. I just didn't know who we
were. Well,
I
kind of personally lost my steam with Caliban when he went out like that in Old Man Logan.
Thought he kind of went out like a G.
That's why I brought him up. I thought he went out in a pretty epic way.
Yeah, I thought he kind of went out like a G.
I guess. I hear you.
What more were you asking out of Caliban?
I don't know, man. The desert's hard, dude.
Okay, well, we can come back to it then. Last bit of questions, and then we're going to wrap up. What is some downloadable content you would add to your game? So maybe what's an extra storyline you would throw in after, or maybe what's a new character you're going to throw in later on in the game, kind of like they're doing with Kate Bishop with the Marvel game. So what is some downloadable content you would add to your game? Again, the floor is open.
I would say Dakin would be a cool DLC character to play as, or X-23 even.
I was going to think about her. That would be cool.
I'm gonna go with. I kind of like the Deadpool idea, but I'm gonna take it a step further. I think I would do kind of a kind of Weapon X storyline, very similar to X-Men 2, where they kind of attack the entire mansion, and then after you beat that storyline, you kind of unlock some of the characters you fight. Like I would have Omega Red, a Lady Deathstrike, Deadpool in there. Like I would have a few of the Weapon X people in there, and they're trying to take out the X Mansion obviously on behalf of William Stryker, and then you beat that storyline, and then you unlock a lot of the Weapon X characters.
I would put a DLC that you could travel to Madripoor and you could fight the Hand as any character, and it's just like a bunch of ninjas and they keep coming at you, so you could just use your character's powers and just like totally obliviate all these people and just see what your character does and that kind of thing.
So I think for like DLC, I think Omega Red would be a lot of fun. He could offer great melee and range, and I would also bring in Namor. And
the first mutant.
I think for a fun download, actually a fun part of the game that should be in there would be the Danger Room, where you could do your training and like your simulator missions.
Dang.
Oh, yeah,
that would be pretty sweet, dude. I didn't even think about the Danger Room, but man, that would be. Imagine the different scenarios you could do.
I think the Danger Room should be, because that's a great idea. You should be able to use the Danger Room as you beat the game. So each level you beat, you should be able to replay in the Danger Room. And that way you can replay it with different characters and try your hand. If there's a boss battle you like, or maybe there is a level like Oz is talking about where you just go to, you have to beat like 30 ninjas in 2 minutes, and you want to try it with this character.
That's awesome. That's really cool. That's cool.
We're putting together $1 million idea. Little by little, this is coming together very well.
It reminds me of X-Men Legends, like for the Xbox and PS2, but more modern with better graphics and better costumes.
I like it akin to the Ultimate Alliance game, where the downloadable content was the Fantastic Four storyline, and you got a full storyline, and you unlock the Fantastic Four characters and all that, and then you have the different settings you could go to. Like there is the Danger Room when you do it to the X-Men version of the home screen. So I think I would kind of do it like that too when you get it, so you can do the different storylines, have a Danger Room all to yourself, and then have a whole section for the House of M version that you wanted to create as well. So X-Men was a great idea, and there's a lot of potential there. I'm very surprised they haven't done it yet. You might need to get on that and make some money and get yourself $1 million idea out there.
Yeah, but I mean, it's such an easy win too,
You would think. Closing remarks. Hawk and Ghost. Do you guys have any closing remarks on the video game topic?
I would so definitely crack out and play a game designed by us, man.
Yeah, any day of the week.
I mean, oh yeah, by far. I mean, I would easily play it. If it's X-Men related, I'm gonna play it, hands down.
I would get behind this game so hard that I would literally play it in my underwear at 3:00 in the morning.
So that's normal for you then?
Yes, normal.
All right, Oz. any closing remarks on the video game aspect?
I will let our X-Men game be played by my kid before Fortnite.
Nice.
Really?
Yeah, that's all I'm saying.
You think it was that good?
Why don't you think it was that good?
I didn't say I didn't. I just wanted to confirm that you thought it was that good.
Because your tone denotes reservation.
Listen,
so
what I do with my tone and my time is up to me.
Even if it is tone deaf. Ooh, okay, nothing really. All right, fine.
Crickets.
Tumbleweeds.
Yeah. Ghost, Hawk, this has been a blast. This has been a pleasure. We definitely appreciate you guys coming on. You all will definitely be back. It is time for the final blow. Gentlemen, the floor is yours.
Ghost, I'll let you go first on this one.
And you all will get outro music as well.
Oh, he loves this.
But please, continue with your final blow.
I love this outro music, man.
This is pretty solid. Ghost, you want to go or do you want me to go?
You go and I'll follow, man.
All right. I am Hawk the Horrible. You can follow me at Hawk the Horrible on Twitter. Me and the Ghost, we host and co-host of the Fandom Fusion podcast, talking about everything nerdy and in between, from comics, video games, movies, and books. We like to have fun. We like to keep it nerdy. Guys, I have had a blast. Thank you for having us on. Anytime y'all want to come on the show, you're definitely welcome. This has been the most fun I've had in a while.
All right, I'm going to go now. I am the Ghost, or Mr. Grumpy Ghost. I am the ghost host of the Fandom Fusion podcast. You can find me on Twitter at Mr. Grumpy Ghost 1, or you can find me on Instagram at _OG_Grumpy Ghost. Guys, it's always been a pleasure recording and getting to do this. It's epic.
It's good times.
So what you got for the final blow?
I like this original beat. Having Hawk and Ghost on is always a pleasure. Logan Scott, you were almost at your best behavior. Yeah, I'm looking forward to more British black men with British accents.
Who's your favorite black man with a British accent?
Oh man, Chewie, dude! Every time, every day.
Really, you taking Chewie over Aegis?
Dude, Chewie gets Aegis. Man, dude, Ghost and Hawk. Have you guys ever seen Red Belt?
Yes, I have, but I'm still going Idris over Chewie.
Dude,
that's what I'm talking about.
Red Belt is still my favorite movie. I love Chewie.
Idris is Black Superman, yo.
Yeah, but he got beat up by both the Rock and Expendable.
He got did dirty as fuck in that movie, man. Not gonna lie.
Dude,
they kicked his ass and then shut him down.
The Rundown and Expendable beat the shit out of him, dude.
Yeah, but also Pacific Rim.
Yeah. And he was that dude from that Stephen King movie that everybody hated.
The Gunslinger.
Dark Tower.
Yeah.
Yeah, do you know, and The Wire too. I know, I get it. But
he's also in Thor.
Yeah, I was getting ready to say, and he's the dude that guards the Rainbow Bridge, man.
Hemdor.
Heimdall,
yeah. Grimdor.
Hold the door!
Shout out to Hodor.
Yeah, he's like, yo, man, I ain't holding doors for anybody else, man.
Unspoken hero. Right there.
We don't have to go into a whole another beat now.
Dude.
I like this beat.
You know? That's fine, though. I completely forgot to plug the show. Make sure you follow us on @NE for Marvel vs. DC. That's the number 4. Follow us on Twitter. You can email us as a thrash daddy, part of the Trash Daddies with Uncle Oz, as he did at Need for Marvel vs. DC at GoDefyLife.com. Make sure you follow Fandom Fusion. Hawk Ghost, has been a pleasure having you guys on. Oz, tell everyone we talk to them next time.
As usual, good people, peace, and chicken grease.
And y'all have a good time, because we're going to have a good time till we talk to y'all next time. Peace.
What you doing on a Sunday?
This is Defy Life.